Gold chains too, by the way. A lot of people would find my gold chains. There were gold chains that held up certain things like chandeliers and other things, and you might find some record or some reference of them. I remember like some guy saying, "You ever seen a gold chain that big before?" No, sir, I haven't. Anyway, though, but there used to be gold chains on this planet, and gold and silver chains and stuff like that. In fact, there are songs about silver chains didn't bind me. Anyway, because I used to use silver and gold chains a lot and stuff like that. We use silver and gold a lot for a lot of different things because it doesn't corrode as easy as other stuff. It's a good soft way of making a pretty good hard chain. Maybe add in a little titanium. I don't know, a mixture of different things. Anyway, you used to use gold and silver a lot for a lot of different things, not just steel. Steel might be a little bit stronger of a bonder and all that other stuff, but we use gold and silver quite a bit on this planet and other places. I like my stuff to look a little pretty and not to rust. I don't really like the color of rust and all that other stuff, so we use stuff that wouldn't rust. Um, uh, Metal or iron might actually be a stronger bond between the molecules and all that other stuff. I don't really know. I don't give a bleepy bleep 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 bleep. Anyway, a bunch of people who just wanted to melt down the gold and turn it into coins or turn it or put it in Fort Knox basically just scrapped it all and took it all out, and they had lifted a whole bunch of gold to space. I don't know what the sense is of lifting gold to space, considering there's more of it out there than there is down here, but whatever. Anyway, they lifted, they actually used a rocket engine, what's it called, one of my spaceships to actually be lifting gold to space, because they wanted to take it with them. So, but there's actually more gold out there in space than there is here on Earth. So, anyway, yeah, whatever. Some crazy, stupid people were lifting gold chains to space, and all kinds of gold stuff, and gold tables, and all kinds of stuff, and silver, and like they're planning on going to space and running away. So they did that, and then I was supposed to be killed here on Earth after they left. Only other people didn't see any sense in killing anybody on Earth, and there was a countdown clock to the year 2000 when all the nukes would launch and kill everyone on the planet Earth. Except that didn't happen. So anyway, like I say, everybody in the government, everybody else was just wandering around, and they didn't know that NORAD's computers were counting down to zero. When they hit year 2000, they were going to launch all the nukes to space and nuke the whole planet, and nobody knew. Yeah, the NORAD computers were designed in the 1850s, and so there wasn't any need to really do any kind of sophisticated. I mean, 200 years later is a long time, and computer technology should have been very much advanced. But anyway, a bunch of people were trying to retard computer technology and all kinds of other stuff, basically. So the last date on the calendar was basically year 2000, and that's what the Y2K was. Basically, because at first the computers were tested out, or there was planned attacks that were tests, basically planned for or launches. Anyway, though, and then those dates had long since passed by. But basically, when it hit 0 year or something like that, it was going to flip over or something like that, or it'd just go back to year one, and basically, but then it would launch basically its missiles as the test, except they weren't tests anymore. They would have been real strikes or something. I don't really know. Talk to NORAD. I don't care. Anyway, that's what the year 2000 bug was basically. The NORAD computers only went up to year 2000. And then they would revert to year zero, or they would do something very bad. So anyway, that's what the Y2K bug was about. So anyway, so apparently somebody who was messing around in NORAD noticed the glitch. Like a long time ago, we had done a bunch of tests, or maybe someone had planned out a bunch of nuclear attacks and they had executed. Anyway, I don't really know, but basically, the NORAD computers have been counting down this whole time. I think I alerted people or told people about it, or at least initiated fail-safe procedures or something like that. I don't really know. It was 2 seconds to basically save the world. So anyway, which I did. So I saved you all. Congratulations. You're alive because of me and other people, I guess. Anyway, though, but yeah, or someone eventually figured out that the fact that the computers only went up to year 2000. But when they were designed, when I designed them, when I had them built, like it was like 1980, I mean 1800, 1850 or something like that. So there was no need. I mean, that's 200 years away. I said, well, that should be plenty of time. to do whatever. So anyway, though, but of course I hadn't planned on JFK and Nixon and a bunch of other people, which wanted the nukes to launch in year 2000. So anyway, because apparently I'd start to remember past that date or something like that, or blah, 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 blah. So, and then I could post all these videos and tell you guys about who I am and what was going on. Hey, meanwhile, Mike was living the dream life with Rosella. Yeah! That's some good coke, isn't it, Mike? Too bad your brother wants to kill you. And then marry Rosella or just have sex with her 2 daughters a lot. Which you wanted to do too. And then one of them, I think the difference between Mike's and Mike's brother is Mike planned on killing the whole family or something like that. I don't really know. You'll have to talk to the Irish or whoever. Like, they found out about it. Because Mike's brother took a bunch of money and went to someone and wanted the girls killed or something like that. So, because like I said, Claire and Taryn have trust accounts. Rosella kind of has a trust account, I think. But Mike probably got access to that. My girls, my loved ones had trust accounts with money for them because I wanted them taken care of. So anyway, trust accounts, unfortunately with access to money, unfortunately my trust account is the biggest of all. It's huge, epically huge. Like I said, I'm very, 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 very wealthy galactically as well as here on the Earth. So yeah, well, that's what happens when you create whole star systems, 800 galaxies. Anyway, and then a bunch of dipshits basically been wandering around Earth, basically lying to everyone or trying to take over, trying to get access to my White House. Yeah, Rosalie's a piece of shit too. So is Rodney probably. I don't know about Rosalie, but Rodney anyway. Mike and Mike's brother, and a bunch of other people. Karen's boyfriend. Like I said, you girls, you're in for a treat and in for a surprise. Anyway, basically the men around you are shit and have known about you for a long time. And it's planned and schemed against you like little crotch pot, whatever. Little wet underwear wear junkies. Anyway, I've been lying to you your whole lives probably, just like they have me. So I put all this out there so you girls won't get had or taken advantage of. At least you'll know why all those guys are like with their with like cum dripping out of their pants. Like, oh my god, you pathetic little losers. Bunch of dogs. Anyway, yeah. Well, the men turned out to be really pathetic. What can I say? Not one real man among you. Most Irish would say. So anyway, Rodney definitely wasn't, and Rick Bush is really stupid. So anyway, and Mike's brothers